Hey guys, I'm Bred. I'm just a normal Brazilian dude trying to improve my English by reacting. So today we're gonna react to a video I never watched before, a video of this channel, and it's about weirdest, weirds. The pronouns is a little bit lacking, but the worst taboo around the world: American, Brazilian, Belgium, Netherlands, Spain, and Philippines. So I am Brazilian. Let's see if I agree with my fellow Brazilian. So let's go.
And I can't
Guys, I may talk a lot because the idea of the channel is me to talk in English. So I practice my tongue.
pour a Greek or something into a Stella.
Pizza is like kind of. I still eat it with like knife and fork.
Stop.
Yeah. Like, I don't know.
It's okay, Sometimes you don't wanna get your hands dirty, and I don't think it's like a taboo or anything like that.
And I can't pour a Greek or something into a Stella glass. Like, what are you doing? Hello. Into a Stella glass. Like,
Into a Stella glass. What is a Stella glass? Stella glass. I don't have taboo with that. I can drink anything in any cup.
what are you doing?
Hi, my name is Shannon. I'm from the United States.
Hello, my name is Anna and I'm from Brazil.
Hi, I'm
Hey,
Ryan.
Anna.
I'm from Belgium.
Hi, I'm Karine. I'm from the Netherlands.
Hi, I'm Irene. I'm from Spain.
Hi, I'm Janine. I'm from the Philippines.
I don't know, people do crazy shit. I can't really think.
Where are you from?
I'm from North Carolina. There's not a lot that people don't do in America. So I would say one thing would be like drinking in public. In the States, you can't do that. Like you can't crack open a beer on the street and just drink. So that's probably the biggest one that comes to mind.
I mean, in Spain it's illegal too, and some people do something called botellón, and they secretly, drink, and then if they got to pay money, they got to pay money.
I didn't know it was forbidden there too.
Is it like that in other countries too?
Oh, we can drink. Like, if you do a picnic, you can like have wine or something, but you can't be like.
Here, I live. Let me show you guys where I live. I live in a small town in the northwest from Brazil, And here we have old guys wasted in the streets, It's funny. It's very funny. Brazil map. Let's show real quick. I'm not sure exactly where I live, but a near town. So everything over here, north, west, yeah. From Brazil, my state is Pernambuco, né? Falar em português mesmo. Sorry. Speaking in Portuguese, it's Pernambuco. And over here, this is a town near my city. It's a very small town, and it looks like this one. It's very similar, and you can drink here. We don't here. Weed is not that easy to consume. I don't like weed. I don't like drink. I don't like drugs in general. But alcohol, you can drink anytime, where you want. Has a lot of these small bars, But yeah, you can drink anytime, anywhere in my town.
Openly drunk, like.
Yeah, same.
In Brazil, we have to avoid boasting about your wealth, class, or hierarchy. Yes, I think it's a little bit of a taboo to talk about money in general. Like, we don't really ask each other, like, how much do you earn? I feel like those kind of questions are very, like, private. And I think since Brazil has so much, like, inequalities, yeah, it's not very polite. I don't know, it's kind of rude to, like, boost, like, oh, yeah, I have money, I have this. Like, people will look down on you. It's yeah, not the best.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Here, we can't say, "Oh, I have a lot of money. I can buy stuff like that." You can say, you can do wherever you want, anywhere, but it has the consequence, you know. And here we are very, very small mind in this kind of stuff, because it's your money. You earn that. No, that was your, how I can say that? That's you work for that, you know. And sometimes they say, oh, he has a lot of money, blah 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 blah. It's like a bad thing, you know. It's sometimes have to hide if you had money or not. To don't sing is tradutor. Translator, help me.
Not to look like an asshole.
Yeah, not to look like an asshole sometimes. I don't agree with that, but here it's like that. If you say you have a lot of money, you have a good car, you have a la la la, sometimes you'll be seen as an asshole. So, yeah.
Behavior.
Yeah, I feel like socially it's probably similar in the States. I think people flash.
I have to say it's worse here. I consume a lot of YouTube from United States, and it's worse here. I can say, and I guess in any country, you can see me as an asshole if you say, I have a lot of money, blah 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 blah. But in Brazil, it's I guess worse than America, I guess.
Their wealth in different ways, but speaking openly about it, like, oh, I got money, like that's not like, that's not necessarily a good thing. It's not as much of a taboo, I think, in the States as it is in Brazil, but yeah, we've also got that socioeconomic divide as well.
Belgium too.
I think it's just weird to do it, you know, like,
Like, how much money do you make?
money, I make this much money, yeah.
But here in Brazil, you don't have to speak like that. You know, I have a lot of money, I can buy anything. No. It's sometimes in a normal conversation, you know, I have I don't know, BMW or something like that. I have a big house. Just in a normal conversation, not, you know, because you can be a asshole if you trying to be bigger than another one because you have money. This is asshole. I'm not saying like she's talking. I'm saying in a normal conversation, you know.
Maybe it's just a universal thing to not be.
I think so. But I would add one more. What do you guys think about weight?
Because let me give another example. When artists or something buy a house and show the house, like to curious or something like that, the comments are, you have a lot of, I don't know why they pay that much money, blah, 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 you know, a lot of small mind talking shit.
In Spain, it's rude to ask someone like, hey, how much do you weigh? Or, did you gain weight? You look bigger today.
You will get crucified in the States if you do that.
Same in Spain.
And age too is kind of weird to ask.
It's like no manners.
No, but then in the Philippines, like when you go to like parties or reunions, some of actually our family, they tell you like right away, oh, you gain weight. So like that's why some people, they don't really want to go to like reunions or parties or like during Christmas because like some of their relatives, they tell you right away how you gain weight.
Yeah, I think it's kind of strange. You go to someone you don't know and you ask their weight, but me and my my bros, we talk a lot of about weight, you know, because we lift and we like to know our percentage about the weight we are lifting. So in my world, it's normal to ask the weight, even to females, because they lift it too, and it's good to know the percentage.
In America, age I think is more okay, but weight, no. Like
Yeah,
you
no,
cannot
yeah,
ask people about like their body shape,
just rude
type,
in general,
weight, like sizes, nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in Belgium, one of our taboos is pouring beer into the wrong beer glass. I hate that too. When I used to live in Korea, and I used to go to like a restaurant, like a culture or whatever, and I ordered like tera, right? And then give me like a custard glass. I was like, I would squirt. Like, yeah, because I used to work at a restaurant, and I can't pour a Kriek or something into a Stella glass. Like, what are you doing? Like, it's just doesn't make sense. Because they all have like their measurements and their shape, and yeah, it's just a thing we don't do.
But then if you buy beer to drink it at home,
Oh, like that is fine.
then it's fine.
So
Just like
if I
a
put
restaurant.
if I put beer on a mug, would you feel okay about it?
Oh my god.
In a
Come to my
restaurant,
house next week. I will treat you with a mug of beer.
I don't know if it's a taboo or just a personal preference, just a personal taste. I don't know how to say that. But I drink anything anywhere, you know. Now I drink coffee in a mug, but I can drink coffee in a normal cup or anything, no.
but like here, it's like in a restaurant. Oh,
Oh, really?
yeah.
Yeah, because there's so much like Belgian specialty beer.
Exactly. Exactly. If I drink like an IPA, like a goose IPA, and like a Kriek, it doesn't.
Yeah.
I didn't even know they had different glasses.
I really respect your passion.
I used to work in a restaurant. That's why it's like.
I'll put it in a wine glass if I don't have anything else.
I feel like the same in the Netherlands because
Yeah.
also the beer.
It's like with wine. You can, you have different glasses.
Yeah, really similar because we also have Heineken and like Amstel like stuff like that. So I feel like in a restaurant, like if you get a glass, like a different glass with different beer, you're like,
What are you doing?
yeah.
I guess in a high level of drinks, you know, a expensive wine or expensive beer or expensive coffee, you have to put in the how I can explain that. But you have to have a recipient. Translator, help me. Container.
Container.
You have the correct container to enjoy the most of the drink. You know, you are paying expensive wine, expensive beer, expensive coffee. You have to have a good container to drink and enjoy as much. But in a day by day basis, you can drink anything anywhere. To me, you know. In my opinion.
I think Spain is different because we also are like beer producers, not as famous as these people. Like we know that we accept it, but we are also proud of our beer. But we don't care. It's just Spain.
Yeah.
We don't care.
As long as you drink
Fine,
it.
as long as you can drink it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think in Brazil we usually don't have the brand on the glass.
That's better.
So it's just
doesn't
like
matter then,
we have the really famous Copa Americano, which is a type of glass that if you go to a little bar, that's always what you get to drink with beer.
It's a small cup like that.
So I feel like in the Netherlands,
Let me show you guys. They should put in the screen the Copa Americano. No, it's this one. It's a small cup. It's not big cup, and you drink beer. And you can. It's very good to drink coffee. A small, strong amount of coffee. But yeah,
It is like around food there are a lot of taboos, like when you're eating you're not supposed to eat with your hands and only like certain things. Like we eat bread always for lunch, so bread you always eat with your hands. Yeah, and you can eat like fries and stuff with your hands, and pizza is like kind of like I still eat it with like knife and fork.
Stop.
Yeah, like I don't know.
Pizza.
We did pizza.
Yeah. I feel like only like American pizza you're supposed to eat it with your hands.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that would be taboo in America.
Here in Brazil, to me, it's when you go to a expensive restaurant and you can eat with, you know, I forgot the name of the things. Fork and knife. You can drink with fork and knife. But when you sometimes you can just don't want to get your hands dirty, and you can drink with knife and fork. So here in Brazil, it's not a taboo.
Like vegetables on it and stuff, like everything can fall off. So like I feel like, and like people say like before they're like they have a pizza and they're like, oh, I'm just gonna eat it with my hands, just to like let everyone know, like yeah, so let everyone know that you're just going to eat with your hands. So. And like also around eating, I feel like a lot of people eat with like two things in their hand, like a knife and a fork, not just one fork. And also like one really big taboo is like I don't know why we're getting taught this when we're young, but you're not supposed to put your elbow on the table.
Yeah.
Because it's like this, it's like what it's just
That's the same in Brazil. We cannot put our elbows.
I used to do that, you know, and my mom screamed with me in a restaurant or if we have the visitors. Visits? Home visits? I don't know, but you know, my mom's friends or my family at home, she screamed at me when I do something like that to both elbows.
Yeah, my parents taught me that too.
Yeah.
And when it comes to like pizza, we also eat it with fork and knife.
Yeah.
But sometimes even finger foods, we don't eat it with our fingers. We use like toothpicks.
What about wings?
Use what?
Use like toothpicks.
Toothpicks? 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 Oh, okay. Let me show you an example. It's a very, very popular food here in Brazil. Macaxeira frita. It's like, I don't know the name in English, but it's a root fried. So over here, you know, toothpicks, you pick the toothpicks, but you know, sometimes you do, sometimes you don't, because to me, it's kind of over here, you know. Sometimes to me, it's rude when you're eating with someone and you put your hands in the food, you know, if it's not properly clean. So, yeah, but when you're eating with your close friends or eating alone, it's with your hands.
What about wings? Buffalo wings or something like that.
I think buffalo wings are not
finger
such a
food.
big. Yeah, but they're not a big thing in Brazil. We have like our own like Brazilian finger foods. I mean, we have it, but if you go to like a Brazilian bar, I don't think they're gonna have it. They're gonna have like fried manioca, or they're gonna have like fries or feijoada balls or something like that.
What about croissant? I mean, I'm so confused every time I go all around the world and I always get the fork and the knife. But in Spain, Even if we get it, we just eat it with the
Yeah.
hands. Like it's delicious. Like
No, I feel like that's with your hands. You
Yeah.
just like need the
Right?
knife to spread something on it, right?
everywhere I
like
go,
bread
they
is
always
like
give
with
me
your
everything. It's like how can I cut this? It's like all falling apart. Like, I lose my croissant.
It's on the floor.
Really?
In Spain, they ask you to not plan anything that is like very important, not even exams, on a Tuesday
Wow.
13th because it's seen as a bad luck thing. We still do believe in so many of these bad luck things. So yeah, we keep it as a part of our culture, tradition. So
Why Tuesday?
Why Tuesday?
though?
Yeah.
it's like Tuesday and Friday. I don't know, maybe Friday because of
I trying to think some date we date. Yeah. In Brazil, we have bad luck or something like that. But no, I don't think.
the movie. But Tuesday was always like that. I don't know. But someone in my family was married on a Tuesday 13th and they spent their whole life together. So actually that broke our
Okay.
way of thinking. But usually it's seen as something bad. But I don't know.
Yeah,
You
I mean,
guys don't
I'm
have
doing
to-
okay.
Yours is Friday, right?
Friday the 13th.
You're fine. It's
yeah.
not Tuesday.
Birthday
It's
falls on
just
a Tuesday. 13th.
There's a lot of superstitions like that in the States as well.
what kind of?
Well, the Friday the 13th is a
Yeah, Friday the
superstitious
13th,
date. Like a black cat crossing your path,
Oh, yes.
walking underneath a ladder,
Yes.
breaking a mirror,
Oh, I know one.
stuff like that. Yeah.
Like, you know when you're with your friend and there's like a pole or something? You can't.
Yep, don't
you have
split
to
the pole.
walk. Yeah, you have to walk the same
Yep.
way. Else you will fight.
If you have like a
That's
new
what I
relationship and you guys split the pole or something when you're walking.
I try to think in something bad luck, but I don't believe in luck or bad luck, so I don't get attached to things like that. So it's hard to remember something that's bring bad luck when you don't believe in bad luck or luck. But yeah, in Brazil we have maybe Anna, I don't remember her name, but maybe she remembers something in Brazil. But we have to. I guess all countries has their own culture about luck and bad luck. It's very popular.
You'll break up soon.
I'm like, don't do this. I'm like, you have the one in Belgium as well, where like if you have a beer and if you cheer, that you have to look the person in the
Yes,
eye.
and that's like 7 years of bad.
It's actually
don't
like
have-
putting down the glass without drinking after cheering.
Oh.
Then it's 7 years of bad
Yeah.
luck.
For us, it's just like when you cheer, I guess.
It's looking nice. Everything. Everything.
Whoa.
Well, beer
That's
and
so
wine.
intense. That's so
In the Philippines, like when you walk past a small hill, you have to say tabi-tabi po. It's like, excuse me. Because like
Tabi-tabi
you will be cursed or something. Because they
Damn.
believe like some creature lives there.
In the hill?
Yeah, and like a small hill.
Everyone
Only in
does
small
that?
hill.
I'm not sure like the young generation now, but we used to do it. So in the Philippines, you're supposed to use polite speech for elders or superiors, especially when you meet them for the first time. So polite speech for us is you use po or opo at the end. So hello po, it's like that.
So if you don't use
Here in Brazil, in the small towns, I guess, we have to we have, how can I say that? But we have to ask for blessing, you know, to sometimes a older or a elder in the family, like your grandma, your grandfather, something like that. You say benção, it's like blessing, something like that, and it's not that the new generation don't use that as much. In my generation, I didn't use as much, but in my mom's generation, that was very, very, very common. It's not just for grandfathers or grandmoms. It's for uncles, everything. You know, it's older than you. You say benção. So yeah.
use it, it's like a tab, like people will look down on you, like.
Or like it's not really polite to do that. So like for example, you're older than me. I'm gonna tell you hello po, like when you meet for the first time.
Oh,
Yeah. So like, especially for people you've never met or like met for the first time, or elders or superiors also, you use sir or ma'am.
We definitely do that in the States too,
Yeah,
the sir and
sir
ma'am,
and
or like
ma'am.
Mr. and Mrs.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like a precursor if you don't know the person. Like if
Yeah.
you don't go into a job and say to your boss like, "What's up, John?" Like
No,
you don't
of
you
course.
can't do
Yeah,
that.
no, yeah.
You're like, "Oh,
Yeah.
hello, sir," like, or last name usually is more
Yeah,
polite.
yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
We also
Brazil
have
is so chill in that sense. We
Really?
go like, "What's up, John?" Even like for doctors, you know how they usually call them by their last name. In Brazil, we just say Doctor John.
Wow, that's so casual.
You guys are
Wow.
chill.
It's just John.
Brazil seems like a chill place, man.
Yeah.
I think I had like my
I
college
don't know
professors
about
were more
that.
chill about it. Like they were like, you can call me by my first name.
Oh yeah.
But once
high school.
yeah, high school no, but if they set the precedent, it's okay. But if not, it's just assumed. Like use the last name. And then doctor or professor or
Yeah.
Mr. or Mrs. But you need that like precursor.
Yeah,
to
for
show
us they
respect.
assume like you don't know their first name, so when you do, they're like,
Yeah. Sometimes sometimes here in Brazil, in this kind of stuff, we are very chill, you know. But sometimes that's not a good thing, because sometimes when you are too chill, you forget to be polite, and that's not good. Like saying your teacher or your professor by the name, like, you know, sometimes you lost the you know, the authority, the stuff like that. You know, you have to be polite to who are in charge in the class or in the area. You know, like to my teachers or professors, I always call professor. Even in the gym, sometimes I don't know the guy who are in charge. The how I can say that. How I can say that? Let me see if I can explain that to you guys. I don't think I'm gonna say, but you know, in the gym here in Brazil, we have someone who are graduated to train another people, and these one are in charge of everything in the room of the gym. So sometimes here in Brazil, a lot of people don't respect or don't give the respect they deserve, because they are like your teacher or your professor in the area. Even you know more than them, or if you think you know more than them, you have to treat like he is in the charge in the room, because he is. So you have to call like professor, or you know, something like that. And here in Brazil, a lot of times people forget to respect who are in charge, and when it's too chill in this kind of stuff, in this kind of situation, it's not good.
like, how do you know that?
They're like,
It's
they're
on
like,
my
where'd you get that information?
Oh, that's so interesting.
Yeah,
I
it's
always called my high school teachers by their first name.
crazy.
Yeah. And even like some of the students who were more like jokesters, they would get them like nicknames.
I feel like in high school we say like Mr. or Mrs. and then last name, but like when you get a job, people just say the first name mostly. Like people are really like informal to their bosses.
Oh.
And
Yeah.
you get
In my college, I never. When I'm not in the class, or I'm not in the facility in the college itself, I call my professor by the first name. But in the college, I never. It's like here in Portuguese is professor. It's like professor. So we say Professor Roberto. It's professor and the first name, you know. Professor Roberto or professora, it's the female. Professor, professora. Sometimes it's just professor or professora, or sometimes it's Professor Roberto, Professora Roberta, you know. But I like to keep this way in class or in the college.
And just like yeah, but like not when you just first start working there.
Yeah.
I guess like after a while, then like or like when the people are just really chill, you can just like.
Hey,
Yeah, I think over time,
like that,
over
really,
time it
yeah,
relaxes a little bit.
True.
In Spain, we have like kind of mixed feelings, I would say, because sometimes, for example, for teachers, it's like we can say like teacher, professor, but if they want to get closer to us, because we like to getting closer to each other, they let us know about their names and stuff. But for elder people, we usually use usted for like every single kind of verb we add after. But some people, when they feel like you're calling them all by like being polite, they get angry like, excuse me, do you think I look old? Especially women. So I'm always like, oh, I'm just trying to be nice.
Sometimes in Brazil we call someone sir to be polite. When they are older than you, they say stuff exactly the same. So you think I'm old, or it might, they know you're trying to be respectful, you know, by calling sir.
There's something kind of like that in the South. I don't know if it's all over the United States, but there's like a intentional difference between ma'am and miss. Like you would call like a young woman like miss, but like if someone calls me ma'am, I'm like, ma'am.
Yeah.
Oh, ma'am.
Yeah.
I was like, how old do I look? Like, yeah.
I feel like the first one we started about America, I really didn't know that. Like about
Really?
the guys, like I thought like what? Like it just really I didn't know it. Like
I feel like most people assume we're just like wild and drink everything all the time, but we actually do have like open container laws and stuff.
Yeah, like especially movies that have like the red
Yeah,
like
they
that.
forward do everything, so I guess we got the wrong idea.
I was most surprised by the Belgian one with the glasses. Like you take so much pride in that. Like I could see the fire in your eyes when you were talking about it.
Just going.
I really like the Philippine one because
It's polite.
it sounds cute.
It is very cute. Yeah.
So today
I don't know, be cursed by some creature in a small hill is cute, but I'm just kidding.
we talked about taboos around the world.
If you like the video,
please like
The Brazilian one is
It's polite.
It sounds cute.
what
like
is
the video.
please like subscribe.
So today we
Yeah, she's beautiful.
talked about taboos around the
So
world.
guys,
If you
I had my class. That was my class. I don't know if my English is getting better or worse, but that is it. I really enjoyed this one. It's very good to practice your English because you're thinking about your own culture, guys, pronounce is the most difficult thing because, hear me out, understand someone is easy. It's easy. I can watch movies, I can watch YouTube videos, I can read, I can do all this kind of stuff, you know. It's pretty easy to understand, but when you are trying to talk, that's the idea of the channel, you know. I live in Brazil, no one's I know speaking English very well, and so I have no one to talk. And this is the idea of the channel, you know, me trying to speak so I can improve my tongue, so I can improve my pronounce of stuff. So yeah, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys enjoyed, thumbs up and check them out. Peace, guys. So I have to say, I'm very lazy. I don't cut. But yeah, peace.